Hello, folks. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I wanted to get on here today, and I was thinking about spring cleaning this year, and I was wondering, do you guys get stressed out over spring cleaning? Well, my my idea on spring cleaning, folks, is you can take a piece of paper and write down a to-do list, and whatever you have to do, you write it down on that list, and take a couple of projects a day and take it and turn it into a project, because if you're like me, folks, you've got so many things on your schedule that you can't really maintain everything in one day. Just like I got a bunch of laundry in there, in the laundry room, folks. And I try to work on it and get it caught up and everything. I have stuff like blankets and sheets and, you know, different items, and you can't just take them all and put them in one pile and put them in the washer. You have to separate them out and stuff. But, yeah, I've been trying to catch up on my laundry for a while now, but if you think about it, folks, I have the dishes. I have to keep the floors clean. I have to keep the bed made. I have to cook dinner. I have to do the laundry, fold the laundry, put it away. And, yeah, and then when it comes to going to the store, I have to pack the stuff in. And where we live at, folks, it's not easy to pack stuff in. We have to come, we live kind of down in a gully like. We come down a driveway that's several yards away from the house, and then we park underneath our carport, which is quite a ways away from the front door here. Because the way our front door is, folks, it's like a side door. It's not actually a front, but that's what we use as a front. Because if we was going to really say that we was using it for a front, we would probably use Saber's room, but we don't like walking up and down her big steps. So instead of using that for the front door, we use the side door here, and we call that the front. But anyway, what I'm going to do this spring, folks, is I'm going to take it and write it down on paper. And each project that I complete, I'm going to check it off and know that I've got that done. But I have a lot to do, folks. And, when you're doing stuff all by yourself like that, it's almost impossible, folks, to stretch yourself that thin and get everything done in one day. And especially for people that work a job, it's impossible for them to complete a job. All that stuff that I just named off, they can't do all that stuff in one day. It's almost impossible, folks, especially if you got to stop what you're doing and you got to cook dinner, wash dishes. And by the time you get all that stuff done, folks, it's time to get ready for bed. But that's how it is around here. Like, I've got all that stuff in here to do. Plus, I've got my animals outside that I take care of, like my Pyrenees and my actually 3 sets of birds, because back last spring we hatched a bunch of little chicks. Or not a bunch of little chicks, I'm sorry, folks. 2 little chicks. And I have to keep them separated because I don't want the big rooster getting to my little Danny rooster. So I keep them separated in a pen. But yeah, I was thinking about that, folks, and thinking about how hard it is to finish our task in one day. You know, because I've also got a lot of dusting to do. And sometimes I find myself wishing that my husband would hire that little boy that comes over here with his grandpa sometimes to help Bobby with the yard work. Sometimes I think about maybe getting him to come in and dust. You know, because I've got my ceiling fans that need dusting. And I don't really like climbing up on stuff, you know, because, you know, folks, there's always a chance that you could fall and get hurt. And I really don't want to take a chance on that. But you can use them big, tall Swiffers, folks, for those of you that feels like I do, that you can't climb up. You can take them and extend them out and bend them over where you can go across your ceiling fans and in high places where you ain't got to get up real high or anything. But yeah, I was just thinking about that spring cleaning and how hard it's going to be this spring, folks. Especially when you got all the stuff that you have to do. And my husband doesn't like to do housework, folks. You know, he's just always been that way, you know, because I guess he grew up thinking that a housework was for women, you know. But he doesn't like housework, and he's really not that good at it. As a matter of fact, he's good at making messes, folks. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. And he also has been known to go behind me whenever I do things, you know, he may not be thinking about it or anything at the time, folks, but he undoes some of my projects that I do, you know, in the way of making a mess. And I get on him over it sometimes, folks, because, you know, when you work on a project, it's not simple, you know, you have to, it takes a lot of time on some of the projects and stuff, just like with the laundry, folks. My husband always keeps his shirts and stuff hung up in there in the laundry room. And because we have a lot of stuff like spiders and things like that, you know, I think he's kind of scared of those, you know, because his sister got bit on the leg by a brown recluse spider back, I think it was last year, and she was in pretty bad shape with it and had to go to the doctor and get treated for that. But he keeps his stuff hung back there, and if he goes in there one day and, you know, men are kind of like women are, you know, they want to choose a certain outfit that they want to wear for the day. Well, my husband will go in there and he'll take a few shirts off of the hanger and pick him out a shirt or something like that, and instead of him hanging the ones up that he took off the hanger, he'll take them and sling them across the rail, you know, that I've got the clothes hanging on. And that's what I'm talking about, him undoing my projects. But he did that one day and dropped the shirt on the floor, so I had to put it back in the laundry. And see, he don't do it on purpose, folks. He just does it in a whim, you know, trying to pick him out an outfit to wear. But you know, it's just little things like that, folks. And sometimes it kind of stresses me out when it comes to the spring cleaning thing. But I'm just going to write me a list and try to do a few things a day until I get caught up, and not let myself get stressed out because all the stuff didn't get done in one day. If you think about it, folks, that's kind of impossible, you know, especially if you have a real tight, busy list. Maybe somebody might come home from work one day and they got kids and things that they have to take to ball games or something like that, you know, and so it ain't like they can come home from work and say, well, I think I'm going to do my laundry when I get home from work or something like that. They can't do that because they got to take that child to a ball game or something. And that's what I'm talking about, folks, you know, because, like, I've had my husband wonder why I hadn't done the laundry or something like that. But when I go to town with him, he doesn't realize that I can't be in two places at one time. I have to make a choice whether I'm going to stay home and do laundry or I'm going to go with him to town. But I usually, if we go do some big time grocery shopping, I usually try to go with him because we both go and pick out things that each one of us want. That way, one person won't go and pick out something that maybe the other person won't like. And we let each other know what we're going to get. Because if we don't let each other know about it, folks, then we usually wind up getting something that maybe the other one don't like or something. Or we usually wind up getting two of one thing, you know. But you just have to set up a little schedule, folks, and make a project out of your spring cleaning. And see if you can finish a task in one day. You know, like pick out one or two things that you've been wanting to do for a while and do them. But I just want to get on here and talk to you about this, folks, and I hope you guys are having a good day and a blessed day too, folks. And thank you to all the people that's been subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it. You know, because it's been very hard to get in and make videos sometimes, you know, and that's what I'm talking about, folks. Because, you know, I have to stretch myself pretty thin to get in here and do things, folks. And but I don't have to worry about being bored because I've always got plenty of work to do and staying busy and everything. But when I get to thinking about it, folks, I'm really kind of blessed that it's that way because it keeps me busy and you don't sit around and think about things all the time, folks. Because if you got too much time on your hands, that's what you do. You sit around and think about all the negative things, you know. And so that's what keeps us going, folks, is we have to keep going and doing what we got to do when we get ready to do it. But yeah, I've got everything piled up on me right now. I got to get dusting and laundry and sweeping the floor and just all kinds of stuff, folks. But I wanted to get in here and talk to y'all today about spring cleaning. And I'm very happy that spring's coming up, you know, because we're all getting cabin fever now and ready to go outside and do things outside for a change. And see, what I've been working on here, folks, is this little landscape thing. And what I'm going to do is, you know, you've heard of markers and stuff that people can make to mark your plants. Because I've had my plants cut down outside before with the weed eater. And so if I put anything planted outside, I have to mark it so my husband and that guy will see it. He gets a guy out here to do yard work with him sometimes, and that guy always winds up cutting my stuff down. Well, folks, I wanted to get in here and say hello to you. I hope you're having a good day and a blessed day too, folks. You got this and you're awesome. Bye bye.